Hello and welcome back. In this video, we are going to work with the strings. We will understand the index values, what are the index values and how we can use these index values to find or to fetch a character from a string. And at the end of this video, we will be creating a simple script to check for the palindrome property of a string. So let's get started. So just like we are saying that a word can be a single character, single alphabet or a group of alphabets together form a word. In the same way, a string can be a single character. For example, I'm just saying a equal to I. So if this is a string in Python, so if I'm saying that b equal to for example say no, so this is also a string. Just like we are having a single character word in a single alphabet as a word in English and multiple alphabets together as a word in English also. In the same way, in computer programming, we can have a string as we can have an empty string, we can have a string with just one character, and we can also have a string with number of words. For example, c equal to, so this is also a string but with multiple words. So how these values are getting stored in the string? So whatever the value, whatever the character inside a string, there is a place value defined for that particular character. For example, I'm having a string, for example say string equal to Stempedia. So I'm having total 9 characters in this particular string. So let's just check the arrangement or the place values of different characters. So the same string I'm having here, my message is Stempedia, Stempedia, Stempedia. When I'm looking for the characters in the forward direction, for example, I'm moving from S to A, there is a place value defined for each and every character, and this place value is called the index number or the index value. Just like we are starting from the 0, these place values are also starting from the 0. The index value for S is 0 and the place value for A is 8. But just if we are moving from left to right, but if we are looking for a string in the reverse direction, then the place value will be in the negative with the negative sign and starting from -1. So the place value for S is -9 and for A is -1. Let's just access any of the character from this string. I just wanted to print any of the character on index value 3. So what I can say, sprite dot say string, and in the square brackets I have to give any of the index value. For example, say I'm entering 4. So let's just check which character we are having on place index value 4. So P is on index value 4. Let's just check over here. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So here we got this. P is on index value 4. So let's just check this for -5. Here we got the same result. So in this way we can access any of the character from a string. When we are moving from left to right, the place values will start from the index values will start from 0 and then goes to length of the string -1. And if we are moving from right to left or in the reverse order, then the place values or the index value will start from -1 and goes to up to minus times length of the string. So let's just check for palindrome string. Any string, if we are moving from left to right or right to left, it gives us the same result, then it's called a palindrome string. For example, dad. So if we are moving from, if I'm reading this word from left to right, the result is dad. And if I'm reading this from right to left, the result is again dad. So this type of string is called as a palindrome string. I'm just changing this to uncle. So if I'm reversing this string, the result is different, and this is not the same as I'm moving from left to right. So in this case, this string is not a palindrome string. It's not following the property of palindrome string. So this is what we have to check. So the logic will be, we will be reading the input from the user and we will be applying our logic. In the same logic, we will be applying this palindrome logic on our string. So here I will be taking the input from the user. So whatever the input user has given, we will be storing that input in our message variable sprite.answer. Now we have to define a function here that will check the palindrome property for the given input. First you have to create a variable that will track the index values when we are iterating over the string. So initially the initial value of the index is 0, ln str and -1, while I less than L. So this loop will keep repeating until this condition will become true. That means first element and the last element are the same, then we have to keep checking for the other elements. If all the elements are the same, then that means the number is palindrome. In the else case, if any of the character is not matching, then return. And if all the elements are matching, all the elements are the same, then the message must be return palindrome string. Function part is over. Now we have to use this function. For using this function, just so sprite.say palindrome palindrome, and then the string, this string message. Now run this code. Let's check for mom palindrome string. Let's check for dad, it's a palindrome string. Let's check for uncle, not a palindrome string. Thank you so much for watching.